Hi, welcome to another video. So, I have covered a bunch of free tools because I obviously like using free stuff as that works best for me. And I recently covered fragments, which is also good to use. But I recently found out about Bolt. I had seen it a few days ago, but there was a reason I didn't cover it at that time. Now, I thought that maybe I should cover it. So, today we'll have a look at it and try it out to see how well it performs and if it is really useful or not. Now, you may ask, what's Bolt? So, Bolt is basically like V0, where you can give it a prompt and it can generate stuff for you. But what makes it different from V0 is that it has a free tier, kind of open source, and it can install packages dynamically, which is one of its strongest points. For example, if you want to install a package like the OpenAI API package or Tailwind or something like that, then it can do that as well. So, basically, it is able to create a whole application, whereas V0 is not able to do that. V0 also has a free tier, but Bolt's free tier seems to be more usable for me. Bolt's free tier doesn't seem to specify exactly how much you can use it. I have used it a bit, and I didn't hit any roadblocks yet. But bear in mind that this will probably get limited, as it is more of an enterprise product than anything. When V0 launched, it was very much free, but they limited it extensively later. Anyway, we can also host this locally because it is open source. It also only works with Claude's API, so you can't use it with Ollama like you can with fragments. Anyway, I'll tell you how to host it locally, but first, let's try it out. When you come here, you'll need to first create a StackBlitz account, which is like an online code editor. I wouldn't recommend that you sign in with a GitHub account because for some reason, it asks for full permission to the GitHub account, which is suspicious for me. Anyway, just get signed up the old way with an email. Once done, you can now send in prompts and ask it to do stuff. You can also attach images here, and you can also ask it to enhance your basic prompt as well. Apart from this, if you want to work on a specific stack, then you can also start a new project by choosing your stack from here, and that will open up a new chat interface with a basic app, and then you can ask it to do something from there. Anyway, let's ask it to make a finance tracker app. We can also do the enhancement thing here. So, let's do that. So, this is what it has made the prompt now. Looks fine, although I'm not a fan of these enhancement features. Anyway, let's send it and see. It's generating it now. So, we'll need to wait a bit here. And now, it's done. You can see that it opens up a whole editor here, which looks pretty good. It is also working fine here if we test it, so that's also good. Now, if we go to the code option here, you'll see that you have all the files here, which is a good thing because it can easily create multiple files as well, which is great. Although there's one major issue with this that I have noticed. The issue is that you cannot download the files from here. You'll always need to copy and paste the stuff, which means that although these files are here, they are of no use because you obviously can't copy and paste 10 files from here. I also tried to take it to StackBlitz, and I was still not able to download it unless I created a zip of the whole content and then downloaded it separately, which is a hassle, but it can be done that way. Anyway, that may be a nitpick. Apart from this, you can see that it also runs terminal commands to install stuff, and you can also run your own commands here as well. Apart from this, you can also change the code here, which is also amazing to see, because if there's something very small and you don't want to go through the AI iteration process, then you can just fix it yourself and use that. You can also ask it to make iterations to this as well. Let's ask it to make some changes over here and see how well it can make changes. Okay, it's doing that now. Let's wait a bit. And it's done. This looks pretty good. It did what we asked for, so this works well for sure. Now, one thing that I also really liked about this is that you can deploy stuff to production with it for free, which is amazing. It uses Netlify to do that, and I think they use their own account to do this, which is good, because you don't need to configure a thing to deploy. You can just hit deploy, and it deploys it and gives you a URL. So, let's just hit it over here. It's doing that now. Let's wait a bit. And now it's deployed. You can see the site here, which is the same as the preview, but it is on a public URL that others can view and use as well, which is also a great touch for sure. I think this is a great option to try out. Although it has its own issues, I'm liking it much more than V0, and it works really well, which is just amazing. Now, let me also tell you how you can host it locally if you would like to do that. To host it locally, just come to their GitHub repo. Over here, scroll down, and you'll see this contributing guide. Just open it up, and you'll see these commands that you need to run to get it installed. First, we'll need to clone the repo on our computer. So, let's just get it cloned. Now, once it has been cloned, we'll need to run the pnpm install command, which will get the dependencies installed. Once that's done, just create the env file and enter your Anthropic API key like this. Once you have done that, just run the pnpm run dev command, and it should get started on localhost with a port. So, just head over there, and you should be able to see the stuff here, which is also good. So, this works pretty well. I think this is a great UI to use locally, although I would have liked it if it had the option to use it with other providers, especially Ollama, but we currently cannot do that. This is for sure super cool to use. So, you can go ahead and start using it. I think this is a great thing to use, and it works really well. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks option below, or you can also consider becoming a member by clicking the Join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.